Today in our 2012 Honda CRV, we're going to be installing Roadmaster's FuseMaster fuse bypass switch, part number RM76512. This fuse bypass kit is going to make a quick and easy way for us to be able to haul our CRV behind our motorhome. Because to get it in flat tow mode, you have to remove 2 fuses from the dash every time you set it up. So rather than having to physically pull those out, we can install this quick fuse bypass, so with a flick of a button, the fuses are disconnected and it's ready to go into tow mode. Quick, easy, and less labor. You can mount your switch wherever you'd like, and once you've got it in, you can quickly change it with a click of a button, turning it on or off. Since these are commonly used in flat tow setups, included with it you'll get 2 stickers that will allow you to label it drive and tow mode. So that way you don't forget which position is for which mode of operation. We'll begin our installation here in the lower left kick panel area. We're going to need to mount our switch. We're going to mount our switch in this location here in this small compartment going straight up. So what we'll need to do first is disconnect all of the connections here at our switch. Now make sure you pay attention. So for reference, there's a dot on here. So with the dot at the top, the left side has both black wires and the right side has both red wires. So we'll disconnect all of these. Once you've got them all disconnected, you need to remove the nut from the back side of your switch. This is really the only reason we needed to disconnect those, is because this nut won't slide over the wiring because of the fuse holders that's in the wiring. So you have to disconnect it so you can take the nut off. Now in a lot of cases you don't even need the nut, because you can drill the hole out to where this is a snug fit and we don't need to put the nut on it. So to get our hole, we're going to be using a stepper bit, and we'll be using our switch here as our reference. So we'll go down a few steps and then we'll verify fit and go a little more if we need to make it a little larger. Check fit. Looks like we're going to need to go 1 size larger. And it's very snug, so you don't want to press your switch all the way in there when it's snug like this, because it'll be very difficult to get it back out. With this tight fit, we won't even need the nut to hold it in place. The threads will hold it right into there. We're going to open up both fuse holders. We'll take the fuses out of our fuse panel. We'll be removing the 7.5 amp fuses closest to the outside of the vehicle, located here and here. This is our accessory radio and accessory lock fuse. Pull both of those out. Now you'll notice here that our fuses are the low profile micro fuses, so they won't fit into our fuse holder. So you will need to replace those with regular micro fuses. We're going to use the exact same size that we removed, 7.5 amp. Plug those into our fuse holder. Do that with the other one as well. Then we'll reinstall our covers. Our hole here you can access by just reaching around the back side. So we'll just reach around and feed our wires down. When we were looking at our switch with the dot at the top, the red wires were on our right side and the black wires were on our left, so we're just going to reconnect those. Once you've got them all reconnected, just take your switch and poke it up into the hole that we drilled, and there we go. We'll now take the other ends of our wires and we're going to have to plug these in where our fuses used to be. We'll be using 1 set of wires for 1 fuse and 1 set for the other. So we'll start with our black here. We're going to plug those into the leftmost fuse that we removed. After we've got our black wires plugged in, we'll plug in our red wires in the other slot. And we'll verify it's working properly. You can see here our radio's on. We'll flip our switch. And now the fuse is open, which turns our radio off. We'll then click it back, and the screen comes back on. So now we verified our switch is working properly. We can button up any of our wiring. We'll take the stickers that come in our kit and use it to label our switch. So the dot side is going to be when we're driving the vehicle, not flat towing it. So our radio and everything works properly. And the other side of our switch is going to be the tow side, where it disables the fuses. We'll just put those labels on there so we don't forget, and our customer is fully aware of how his switch operates. And that completes our installation of Roadmaster's FuseMaster fuse bypass switch on our 2012 Honda CRV.